Can't believe we're out of time.
with light.
We're back. To all our subscribers, 5,000 of you, we're back.
There's some technical difficulties, and now we're
Yeah.
back.
Like Arnold would say, I will return.
Always says.
I know that's why it's funny.
Oh God, you had me.
It'd be better, I think, if you said I will return.
I'll return. It's not the same ring to it. Right then, where were we? I think I was rambling about some kind of team form. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, team form.
You were rambling on about that.
Yeah, we had your team up on screen, didn't we?
Yeah, do you want me to go back to it?
Yeah, can do.
Oh, you've done it again. You've disabled my participant sharing. Why do you keep on doing this to me?
The default. It's the default. We need to get a better method of technology. We need to either use Teams.
Well,
powered by Microsoft.
That is what I've got. Right, for some reason this isn't right. There we go. So there you go. Right, you should see it now. Are you on?
I see.
Yeah, so team form. I think, like you're saying, I think Liverpool have to pick it up though. I mean, they've shown what they can do against Bournemouth. So I think though Isaac and Trippier are going to be decent for obviously the money that they're worth on here. I think their price will go up eventually because I think Newcastle are sort of would you call them a dark horse? I'd probably expect them now to be with the investment they've done. Mm-hmm. I'd probably say expectation is probably top 8 maybe. But I fancy maybe for them to push more for sort of top 6. I think I can't see them pushing into the top 6, but I think they'll be sort of 7th.
I think they'll get this season.
7th. Yeah, I think the toughest opposition they've got for that, the teams will be challenging. I think Brighton will do really well. Mm-hmm. Obviously, their form is showing that as well. But I think in terms of the whole season, I think Brighton will slip up in terms of maybe squad strength. And in terms of what Newcastle can bring to the table in January, we all know they're going to have another good 2 players in, aren't they? First teamers where they feel maybe they're struggling a little bit, and you're talking spending 150 million on those 2, especially if they know they sort of maybe around top 8, in January as well. Mm-hmm. So I think that's where Brighton may fall is after that when Newcastle get these 2 players in at some point, I imagine. So I can see sort of Newcastle maybe finishing 7th. But again, I think
I back that.
I think Spurs, Chelsea. I don't see much in them. I really don't.
Nah, I disagree. Spurs are a force. I think they've not been playing well. They've been playing well, but they haven't been playing their best. But it's different to how Liverpool are currently. So I would regard Liverpool have won some games and they've been playing it to their best, like Spurs. But Liverpool look leaky. Liverpool look like they can be got at, whereas Spurs are very tight at the back. They play very differently to Liverpool. Obviously, they drop a lot, but they all know their position. They all know their roles so well. Like Conte and his staff have drilled them to a T, and even maybe arguably more importantly, they all believe in that process. They all believe in the direction they're going. Yeah. So even though it might not be pretty all the time with Spurs dropping back and stuff, and they will do that against City. They've got City next weekend.
No, of course they will. That'll be really interesting, actually.
But they were even doing it against Fulham at home.
They're doing it against Borough as well. I watched the Borough game. Sorry, not Borough. Forest game. where they played Forest away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's the way they're playing at the moment. It's in like they're really hard to beat, but they're not playing that. They're not completely expressing themselves quite yet. They're not playing that free flowing football, which some continental teams can, and they did last season. As soon as Kulusevski and Bentancur came in, Spurs were involved in the kind of games which were like 5-2 and 4-1 and stuff, and they would just be scoring more than the opposition. They'd be really, really good going forward between Kulusevski, Kane, and Son. But because Son's not been at it, because Kulusevski's been off it on a couple of games, like they're still winning games, like doing it the hard way, with that hard graft. So that's the reason I think Spurs are going to be a really formidable team this season.
You think they'll be top 4 then?
Yeah, 100%. I think actually they're going to finish second.
Do you think? Bold prediction that.
Yeah, behind City, I think they'll finish second.
I think City will win.
I've got a bet on with a friend putting again. No, it's not. It's Jamie this time.
Yes,
£100 for Spurs to finish above Arsenal.
I wanted to do the grand, but you chickened out, didn't you?
Not doing grand on that.
Well,
but I think both of them will do better than Chelsea this year. I think Spurs.
Yeah, I agree.
Chelsea.
I think
Chelsea. I think will sneak into. I think saying that, like.
They've been lucky, haven't they?
The players they've got, it's arguably one of the best squads, like first 11 in the league. But then it's just like how quickly they gel.
Well, that's a very bold statement again.
Like
I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not having that. I'm not having. They've got one of the best 11 in the league. No chance at all.
Yeah,
you have to explain. Explain that.
Like,
please explain that.
All right, on like an individual.
Right, they have no striker. Right, let's put that out there.
Aubameyang, yeah, okay, but
the Arsenal reject.
He's a striker, though, isn't he?
The Arsenal reject.
Yeah, no, I don't rate Aubameyang. I think the only way he's going to play well is somehow between him and Tuchel, because they were together at Dortmund and they just work it out. They just sort out. I don't know. Some way that works.
Bit of enhanced drugs.
But in terms of in terms of defense and midfield, I think Chelsea, not the goalkeeper. I think the back three now is Fofana, Thiago Silva, Koulibaly, like to a man. They compete.
Okay, I give you that. That's a good, it's a very good 3.
And then you got Chilwell. For me, Chilwell should be first Chelsea wing back. I know Cucurella has come in for 60 mil or whatever it was, but I still think Chilwell is a better player, more attacking. That's what you want from a wing back, and that's how Chelsea have done it the last however many years, 10 years or whatever.
Is he? So he'd be your. If you were to choose a Prem team, would he?
For England? Yeah.
Would he be your number 1 left back then?
I rate Chilwell
in a Premier League.
Beyond.
So he's the best left back in the league.
Maybe Cancelo is better than him.
But
they're different types of players, because Cancelo won't be playing wing back, but Chilwell does. Robertson, again, he's more suited in a back 4, like Liverpool play back 4, the same as City, whereas Chelsea as a wing back in a back 5, I genuinely think Chilwell offers the best. Yeah, I'll back that. Yeah, and then you got Reece James on the right, obviously.
Reece James is good. Yeah, Reece James.
Chelsea's 2 best midfielders are probably Kante and Kovacic, and to a man, you cannot argue that the defense and midfield of Chelsea.
I'd probably say defense. You've done a good argument. You did a good argument in terms of the defense. I can't beat that. But I would challenge the midfield too.
Really?
I would. Yeah. I think.
Really.
I think Man City have got a better. Who? I think Rodri's top class.
Yeah. De Bruyne. Yeah.
Gundogan.
Yeah, I think Gundogan's on the same level as Kovacic and Kante for me. I think Kante's declined. I'm getting into Chelsea now a bit, but yeah.
By the way, he supports Chelsea, so maybe this is biased is where it's coming from.
Kind of, yeah.
All I'm gonna say is
Mito. That's who they got next, isn't it? Mitrovic and
yeah,
Chelsea.
yeah.
Is that what you were referring
It
to?
wasn't. No, I was talking about Michu, but there we go.
Oh, Mich. That's kind of
Haaland's idol.
yeah.
You know.
That's funny that him and Mitra do the same celebration.
I know. I was gonna say. I wonder why. Did you know Haaland used to do that celebration when he used to play for Dortmund?
Did he?
Yeah. Do you know why?
Why?
He's from his idol. He copied it from.
If anyone's interested in this absolute dribble, like Michu, ex Swansea City player, one season wonder, does this celebration, same as Mitra, same celebration as Mitra, and apparently Haaland just idolizes him. Haaland's idol is Michu, and you'll read that on some like crap online on the Google. You'll find an article or two about it, but I wouldn't read a word into it.
100% fact.
Yeah.
We only deal with facts on this channel, by the way. Thank you very much.
All right then. So what else we got to talk about? Yeah.
I don't know. I think looking at what are we going to do next week in terms of, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. I keep on looking at these players and I think, yeah, I've got a great team, and then I just not getting points. So I don't know what to do.
Want to pick a team?
Yeah.
You want to scroll up.
Oh. So yeah. So obviously that's not a great one. Man City away, being defender.
He'll play though.
But he'll play in the game. Will they somehow keep a clean sheet? I'm not sure. Will they play? Obviously, they'll play very deep. Let Man City come on to them. Probably in terms of the players they got and how Conte plays, that would probably be the best option for them anyway. And that's probably out of all the teams in the Prem of playing like that, I think they've got the best chance of getting away with it. And I think that's the only way you can play with Man City these days, to be honest. I think they're so strong. If you go out at them and you leave gaps behind, you're going to have to score 4 or 5 goals because they will.
And Newcastle.
Yeah, so Trippier, West Ham away. I think West Ham are going to come good soon. They were really, that VAR decision this week was horrendous against Chelsea. That is absolutely shocking. So obviously there's a bit of improvement this week from them. So I think they'll give Newcastle a really, really tough game again.
I see.
But yeah, I think it'll probably be a draw, maybe sort of a 0-0, maybe 2 tight defenses, maybe. I'm not sure. Liverpool, again, you'd have to fancy them at home again against Wolves, especially with the result they had against Everton away from home. There has to be another sort of, I'm not going to go as extreme to say like a Bournemouth performance result, but maybe it'll probably be a similar performance in terms of maybe 3-4-0 maybe. I think there could be a lot of goals because obviously they'll go for it. Might leave Wolves are good at counter-attack. So it might be a few goals in that game, to be fair. It's a good one to watch, really. Again, Haaland, De Bruyne, it's one of those where they're going to play, obviously. But it's just a really tough game for them. I think I can't see them picking up many points. Another stupid thing to say with both of them, but I think against Spurs, I think if they don't score early, I think they're going to find it really difficult. So I think it could be sort of one of those where it's maybe 1-0, and they score something in the last 10 minutes or something, maybe. Or Spurs manage to nick a 1-0. Same with them.
I think Spurs will score in that game.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you said, if City don't come blazing on them at the start, then I think it'll be a really tough game for them.
Yeah, I agree. I think it could be a really tough game. Yeah, I think I don't know.
Everyone's got Haaland, obviously.
I know.
In terms of competing in FPL against other people, I think like you've got a lot of players that are in a lot of teams. Like
Yeah,
Trent's in a lot of teams. Trippier's in a fair amount of teams. Kukre a fair amount of teams. Perisic a lot of teams. De Bruyne, Odegaard are probably differentials
yeah,
because most people have Martinelli, and then they'll have like Salah instead of De Bruyne or something.
yeah,
So they could, they could be good. Two home games for you there. Both of them, Odegaard captain, wanting to bounce back. I can see him doing something.
yeah,
Diaz is in a lot of teams. Jesus a lot of teams. Haaland a lot of teams. So yeah, as in, if your players don't do as well, then it won't hurt the rank. But at the same time, you want to just get points, don't you? Like,
yeah. I know. That's like I was thinking. No, should I just mix it up and just go? You know, is it better to have these premium players like De Bruyne, Haaland, Jesus when they cost that much, or would it be better maybe going for sort of, I don't know, maybe you know, I don't know, sort of talisman from teams. So it'd be, maybe Mitrovic from Fulham, maybe Zaha from Palace. You
mm,
know, who else would it be? You'd have, those sort of players were probably too good for their own teams and they carry the teams a lot because of what they do. Would it be better to go down that route instead of having De Bruyne and hopefully, you pick up points if you play them at the right time in the right games, rather than sort of looking at the top teams all the time. I'm not sure.
so what is your current process of picking? Because you wildcarded 2 weeks ago, didn't you? Like,
I wildcarded to get this team 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so my looking at my team, my sort of issue is and how I choose my players is in terms of points, what can they get? So I obviously picked, if you're looking at it, four wing backs technically. I know Trent plays in the back four, so it's probably Trippier, but as defenders, I could see the sort of four maybe picking up most assists, but also getting that clean sheet as well because they played for all decent teams.
mm,
So that was my between those. Mendy was I just thought he was a really good price for playing for Chelsea, and I thought the way Tuchel plays quite defensively, I thought he'd get a lot of clean sheets. It hasn't really happened yet. Um, Obviously, down to Mendy doing a few mistakes as well in that time. So,
yeah.
yeah, not great. De Bruyne and Haaland, I think, speaks for themselves, really. I think Haaland was always going to do well in the Prem. I think people who doubted him were absolute maniacs because he literally, I can't see when you look at him, I can't see an actual weakness or something that he's not really good at.
Mm.
Maybe you probably go for his head inability, but
He said that himself,
in a
actually. Yeah.
yeah, in a Man City team, how many headers is he going to score from? Not many because he don't actually cross the ball height. So in terms of why he can run in behind, he can hold the ball up, he can do assists, he can outmuscle them, he can actually outsprint them. His movement's top class. He's constantly moving. He can score from outside the box, inside the box. He's just an absolute beast.
His whole
Um,
mentality as well is just he's a force of nature.
yeah, he's just silly, and he's literally like a gladiator, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? He is. You look at him and you think, wow, literally, blonde. When you got a striker and he's got long blonde hair and a ponytail, you know he must be good. Otherwise, you won't get away with that, would you? Because the first thing I'd do is bloody pull it if I was a defender. Do you know what I mean? Same as Nunes, he's got exactly the same. He's got dark hair and it's basically
Yeah.
the same haircut. He looks like a bit of an idiot as well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him because he reminds me of Suarez a hell of a lot.
Andy
So
Carroll, isn't
oh yeah, yeah, but Andy Carroll, let's be fair, bit of a difference there in sort of.
it?
I
Ponytail,
hate, I hate Andy Carroll. Dirtiest, one of the dirtiest players you'll ever see. Telling you. Um, but yeah, I think Odegaard, Jesus. I think I might actually captain one of those two for this week. Actually, looking at it,
mm.
Everton they played decent against Liverpool, but it's hard to tell because Liverpool are playing so bad in some games. It
I
is
think
quite shocking.
defensively, Everton have been good in their games. They've only been conceding one goal, like at
Yeah,
the time. But away to Arsenal, if they were at home to Arsenal, like
yeah, I'd understand.
I'd maybe like I'd be put off captaining an Arsenal attacker, but since it's at home, do you know something else that I take into consideration for picking my players and captain and stuff is the time and day of the games. So I think about
like a 12 o'clock more early kickoff.
yeah, and like you just think about the atmosphere of the stadium. You just like visualize the game and how it's going to go.
Like the maniacs you described in Brighton.
Well, there you go. Like 2 p.m. Sunday. It's not the main event. It's the earlier game, and it's like people are not. They haven't had a beer yet. You know what I mean? And I think let's just check that Arsenal Everton.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's an early kickoff on BT Sport. Telling you, would not surprise me.
Sunday, 2 o'clock.
This Sunday,
So it's an
2
early
o'clock.
one, yeah. So I think first half, maybe Everton like just kind of keep them at bay a little bit, and then the second half comes in and it's like then comes with it. Maybe or Arsenal just spank them from the off.
Oh, imagine if that tell you what, that's a good new feature to have, isn't it? Wouldn't that be a good little feature that we could recommend the FPL?
Well,
how about that? You could choose. No, you could choose. You could captain, but per half.
Interesting.
How about
that? Interesting. Oh, that would that would screw with so many people's heads.
I know.
It's already screwing mine. It's already my head's going.
Like you'd have Haaland. I'll captain Haaland second half because it'd be tight first half. Oh shit, he's got hat trick first half.
You just have to back the player, wouldn't you? You just have to back him for both halves.
I think so, yeah.
You just have to because you'd regret so much. Like
that's what would happen.
Yeah, Haaland first half hat trick. You captain him for the second half, and he gets benched after 10 minutes.
Yeah. No, that's really good. I think I probably got. I've got obviously. I'm not sure what I probably will do. Actually, what I might actually do, looking at this, is bring. It's a tough one. I'm going to bring Zinchenko in for it, I think. And I think I might bring Perisic off.
Oh, 100% Arsenal clean sheet for that game.
Yeah, I think that's what I do. I think I'm going to bring Perisic off for Zinchenko. Because looking at this, I think I'm not taking De Bruyne or Haaland away from this team. I'm just not. Simple as that. Yeah. And then Fulham, I think that could be a clean sheet. I think that's probably going to be a clean sheet. I think that could be a clean sheet or assists. I think he's the only one I'm not.
The Fulham game's not a clean sheet for me.
Do you not think?
It could be. It's Chelsea. If they sort out, if they sort out that back five, they sort out. It's not just the back five that's obviously responsible for the defense. It's like what I'm learning about football is it's also further forward. Like the press and stuff. But Fulham have just scored like so many goals this season already. They scored against Arsenal away. They scored against Spurs away. They've scored like 2 goals at home against Liverpool. They scored 2 goals at home against someone last week, Brighton. Brighton was a good defensive team, and scored 2 goals against them.
I was going to ask you the question then. Have they actually played against a back 3/5? But obviously Brighton they have. So I was just going to ask the question: would it be in terms of Tuchel? Would it be a tactic where man marking sort of Mitrovic maybe in terms of one of the centre backs? Thiago Silva has all his experience. You'd think, he'd maybe be the one who's a bit more wise to it.
But he won't be able to. He won't be able to keep a tab on Mitrovic only because Mitrovic is that talisman, isn't he? He is,
yeah.
Everything goes through. Like he drops. Yeah. He drops.
That's what I was going to say. He does drop as well. And it's going to be difficult.
He'll make his run so that he comes off of the back defenders as well, back post defenders. So then, obviously, Thiago Silva's in the middle. He'll probably be able to compete with him on quite a few, but it'll be the responsibility of the whole team. He'll be targeting Fofana, Koulibaly. I mean, maybe they're not players to target or whatever.
That's what I think.
I think Reece James would be a player to target, but It's
Yeah.
just about how often will Reece James or whoever's at left wing back be in that position to defend against Mitrovic. I just think that Mitrovic will get shots and he'll get chances, and I just think that like Fulham, they create their whole team to get him chances.
So we'll go back on the cheeky question we said. Well, it'll be in this video, but it was the video we just shot about 10 minutes ago. Say, you saying about Chelsea having one of the best back five defenses in the Premier League. So you think Fulham are going to cause the best defense in the league problems?
All right,
and you think Mitrovic on his own against the back five is going to have lots of shots and attempts?
Let me clarify
please do.
Why should I be justifying myself?
Well,
to a man, Chelsea.
Oh, right.
But
okay. So
as a collective,
right. They're
I don't think Chelsea are there. I think Chelsea are mid-table as a collective currently, form-wise.
Wow.
Like,
you love these bold statements.
Deciding
best five in the league, but they're mid-table side.
Yeah, you know exactly what I mean. Is like just winding me up. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, in terms of picking your players for FPL, like I pick based on the team form and based on the individual form. So Chelsea for me right now, team form, not at it. But Reece James, other than the West Ham game, which he was atrocious, Reece James form-wise and Sterling, for example, form-wise as a player, I would say are good. But like team form for Chelsea, not there for me. So like I would, for that reason, I would consider Reece James, for example, but like not as strongly as maybe Trippier, who I ended up transferring in because the team form wasn't quite there. So that's what I mean.
So
you got double Chelsea defense. Just finishing on that. Double Chelsea defense. So I would, if it was me anyway, obviously it's your team, but I'd hedge my bets and have one Chelsea defense for that Fulham game.
So would you obviously just keep Mendy then? I imagine.
Well,
because you can't bring in a Leicester goalkeeper, can you?
Yeah, Leicester. You bring in a Leicester keeper. Yeah. Well, against Villa, they're against Villa next week, aren't they? You just can't bank on Villa, on Villa or Leicester. No, you can't bank on it. So
you'd bring Cucurella off
probably.
So then I'd have.
I think that Chilwell's got a chance to start next game as well.
Yeah, that's a good point actually, because he did come off, didn't he, Cucurella for Chilwell, and Chilwell scored then as well against West Ham.
He got the assist.
Yeah, so wish I chose him instead of Cucurella.
Chilwell's the one. Everyone forgets about what Chilwell has done. Everyone forgets. Tuchel's comments recently don't fill me with hope in terms of a Chilwell start, just to say that.
Yeah.
He said that Chilwell's not at it, but then Chilwell's already got like 2 assists and 1 goal from like less than 90 minutes. He's
That's my team next week.
How'd you get those numbers up?
Imagine having that team.
What was that? What is that anyway?
I think that's the season points that each player have had in the position, isn't it? So I think they're the highest point scorers, I think.
Hey, Rashford on 40 already.
Yeah, but I think he scored 2 again today, didn't he?
Is it 2 he got?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that team of the year?
Right. Yeah, so far, I'd imagine. Yeah, team of the season. So, look, Kane. If I ever want to hate Kane, by the way, I just think he's overrated. Yeah, you can bite me. That's fine.
Come at me.
Come at me with all the hate there. I think Kane's absolutely overrated. But there you go.
Got a 10-minute warning on my free Zoom profile. So
I think Pope's a good one to have in goal. Thinking about it in terms of Newcastle, isn't it?
He is. I rate him.
I think that's a I've got. I don't know what to do. But I think that's a good selection, Paul. Obviously, you've seen the season, but I think going forward, you've obviously got Tony, haven't you, which is doing obviously really well for you. Saliba's been a great signing for Arsenal. That loan he had,
Yeah,
him coming back, it's like a brand new signing. He's been immense, hasn't he? Top quality. What do you think about Ronaldo then? Man United.
he's going to play his part this year. I
Do you
thought
think he's
that
happy?
he has to be now. So yeah, I'm going to say he is now.
Yeah.
Like never truly happy because he's not playing. You know what I mean? So,
hmm
but having said that, he is getting some minutes off the bench. You know, and I think he'll play in Europa League and stuff at the moment.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it was a disaster. Like with all the transfer rumors and stuff. You still there?
Yeah.
For some reason, you've gone off my screen. Don't know where you've gone.
I've stopped sharing. Maybe that was the reason
Oh,
why
okay.
I'm still here.
Yeah, I thought. Oh, there you are. You know, I need to work my computer better. Yeah, I thought. Yeah, Ronaldo's Ronaldo, and I mean, he's in my opinion, he's a selfish player. You know, he wants the goals for himself. But now that all the transfer window's over, and he kind of just has to stay put. I think Ten Hag has managed it excellently so far. Excellently. I didn't know what to make of Ten Hag when he first came in, but with the whole Ronaldo scenario, I thought he's just managed it brilliantly. He's not been pressured into playing him. He's yeah, just and he's made it work. And United are winning again. So
Yeah,
that's they're something this season. They're going to be something. I think
I
they could
think
win
so.
Europa League with Ronaldo. You know.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, like I say, I think they'll be top four this year. I really do believe they'll be top four. I think, like you said, Ten
Big
Hag. I
call.
think I've
Big
been
call.
really. I think they will be. I think Ten Hag's been. I've been really impressed with them. I think they lost their first two games, didn't they? But they've won four in a row now. So obviously momentum is key. He's not playing just players. For example, like Maguire's been out, Ronaldo's out. Big, team club captain, probably one of the best players there have been, leaving on the bench. So big calls. But I think what I like about it is that I think, when you have Mourinho and stuff like that, and they ask why isn't this person playing, why isn't this person playing? He used to sort of dig them out a bit, or have like a negative thing to say why they've been left out. Whereas Ten Hag hasn't done that. He's literally more or less stayed neutral at all times. He hasn't really been positive about them, but he hasn't been negative. And he's just sort of said, look, is Ronaldo staying? He would just say, well, he hopes he does, but he can't obviously say, depending on what goes on. And so I think, like you said, I think he's done really well in terms of how they're playing. They're playing like, well, you can see the progress they're making in terms of in an attacking sense and how they go about the game. When for the last 4 or 5 years, they've been absolutely dreadful to watch.
It's been a wonderful watch.
Yeah, it's been horrific. But no, yeah, they look like they look like a team. That mentality's got them in. Even when I don't know, Dallo, does a great block, or he outmuscles a left winger and it's a goal kick. They seem to be sort of cheering each other on, giving them a good, push, saying, well done, keep it up, sort of thing. So I think they're all sort of fighting for each other now. I think January, and I think the next transfer window, I think this, at the end of the season, start next, is going to be key in terms of who he brings in and who he lets go. That would be I think, a big bold move
Do you
in
think
terms
there's going
of
to be
who
a
he
lot of
lets go.
activity in January for them?
I personally don't think so. But you don't know. It depends who goes, doesn't it? If I think that the issue they've got is they bought these players in for big money, like I keep on saying how bad he is, but Maguire, for example, like 80, 85 million. Who after how he's performed, what team in their right mind is going to go? Oh yeah, we'll buy him for 50 million.
Chelsea, apparently.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, buy Maguire, and like you say, they got the best defense in Premier League.
And
You
he's
know,
making better, mate. He's making better.
who's gonna? I think that's the issue they've got. Who's gonna buy him? And I can't see many going either because, I bet they're on decent contract and I can't see many other clubs matching the contract they're on either. So I think that's where the trouble is going to start for them as well. But yeah, FPL, going back to FPL, do not put Harry Maguire in your team.
Rule 101. Don't put Harry Maguire in your team.
Yeah.
Poor Harry. Poor Harry.
Imagine if you did have Harry Maguire in your team now, like, he's come on for 10 minutes, he's already got booked. So you're probably minus points.
0, would it? Be 0 points. 0 points.
Well, it would. I think it should be minus though. Sway used to be minus.
You get -1 for a booking, yeah.
Yeah.
You'll have one for a sub.
Is it what's for sending off?
-2?
Is it -2?
Or -3 maybe?
Yeah.
One of the two.
We'll have to look.
Let's not talk about that. I don't want to jinx my players. Anyway, we've got only 3 minutes left, so
yeah.
This is it.
This is it. Yeah. We'll have to have a
whoever is watching and listening.
Yeah, thank you. We'll have 2 views, and one of them will be from you, one of them will be from me. We'll just have to create like 4 different accounts and just pretend to watch it.
When we're getting the hundreds of thousands of views in the future, people will be curious. Oh, where do they start? Where do they start? And they'll come back to this video and they'll see you with a wire poking out of the wall.
And let's not forget us proud sponsors of the day.
Rony. Lovely.
Yeah, I think it's funny. I think it's going to be good. I think it's a good start. And then we will get graphics, guys. Don't worry about that. For everyone watching today.
See our faces all the time. Yeah.
You won't see the wire as well.
And we're going to have to put some structure in a bit more structure to these chats. I think if we have topics going through, and just stick to, because this has gone up like an hour and a half now. So
yeah, we've had literally nothing, guys. We've just talked.
Yeah. So any of you loyal viewers who've made it to the end, well done.
Yeah, you're probably asleep.
Our girlfriends wouldn't even want to listen to this. No, they definitely.
No, no, definitely not.
Thank you anyway.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We'll see all our 0 followers in the next video this week.
We're there for you.
What are we going to talk about in the next video then?
Well, we'll have to chat about that, won't we? I mean, next game week, transfer plans. Yeah. Transfer plans. I'll have to do another 4 or 5 now myself. Love changing it up, and then the players have changed, score brilliantly, and score hat tricks in the next week. But yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. Right. Thank you very much, guys. It was a pleasure. Stop recording now. Goodbye, guys.